Hey everybody, it's TBSO and I'm coming back to you with another tarot video. So in this video, I want to make sure that you watch the intro video. The intro video I made discusses basically the energy that's going to be surrounding us for the next couple of weeks. Since we are in Mercury Retrograde, you want to make sure that you check that out. So if you haven't already seen that, go ahead and go watch that. So basically, since we are in Mercury Retrograde, a lot of the things that we're going to be doing is reflecting. So healing is a collective word for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year 2020. Healing, okay? We're going to be healing ourselves first and foremost. We're going to be healing our family, our friendships, our relationships. Shit, we're going to be healing the fucking political system, all that. Our communities. We're really focused on making sure that we don't make the same mistakes that we have been making in the past. So as we're healing ourselves, that is basically how we heal the collective, and that's how we heal the community as well. Each sign does get its own song, but I did pick a collective song. And by the way, if you hear the fireworks, I'm sorry, they've been doing fireworks literally for weeks now. Like, I don't even know how they still have some more. But anyway, so the collective song I got is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys have already heard that. But if you haven't, go listen to it. And basically, you do want to make sure, since you are doing a lot of healing and since you are doing a lot of inner reflection, that you know you're not being too hard on yourself. Like when I'm thinking of the energies right now, it's a little bit bipolar in a sense, because we're really working on healing ourselves, but then in the same sense, it's kind of like stop hitting yourself. Meaning that when we do start to go into ourselves and we do start to reflect, that we're not being too harsh on ourselves. Intuition is going to be at an all-time high, especially in your dreams. So if you haven't already, you want to start a dream journal. And just a little bit of a reminder, not everything needs to be said, not everything needs to be seen, not everything needs to be heard. Get into nature. Ground yourself. Put your feet on some grass or some beach. Definitely want to make sure that you're easing up on yourself as well as easing up on others around you. If you're not going to be too harsh on yourself, don't be too harsh on, your friends and your family or strangers that you meet in the street. And we're using our discernment in full action. This is definitely a time for discernment, okay? So while you're trusting your intuition, make sure that you are also using logic and not just emotion, because a lot of us are going to be super emotional at this time, which is definitely understandable because, like I said, there's so much going on. But since it is so much going on, if everything you do and say is based on emotion, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to drive everybody around you crazy. So just use your discernment. Try to judge things from an objective viewpoint. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get right into the reading. Right into it. It's Virgo. Hey Virgo, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing really good. Go ahead and comment below what your energy is like right now. So when I'm tapping into your energy, I got a couple different songs. The song I got when I was tapping into your energy was Level Up by Ciara. It goes like, level up, level up, level up, level up.
All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Then more mistakes are gone.
I don't really know all the lyrics, but yeah. And then the next song I got when I was tapping into your energy was Lotus Flower Bomb by Wale.
Lotus flower bomb, firefly. When I'm low, she take me high. Teach you all the sounds of love. Flower bomb, let me get.
And then the next song I got when I was tapping into your energy was I Woke Up Like This. I don't know, that one kind of just slipped in there. Like, it just slipped in there a little bit. I don't know. I feel like you're just waiting for everybody else to catch up. Everybody's kind of like going crazy and losing their head. You know what? You are kind of losing your head a little bit, but I feel like you're really still on. You're about to have a lot of people looking at you. I feel like you're about to be definitely in the spotlight for some reason. I don't know. I kind of feel like you're playing like catch-up mustards. Like, I'm on a whole nother level. Like, I don't really feel like waiting. This is definitely some interesting energy. I got the Justice card, the Tower card, Four of Swords, and the Devil card in reverse. You may have faced maybe an injustice. The Tower card stands for indefinite change, things taking a turn, something big is about to happen, a life-changing moment. And during this time of quarantine, I feel like you've actually been able to kind of break some of the addiction that you may have, or you may have been dealing with somebody, either a lover, a friend, or maybe a family member that was dealing with some type of addiction. Maybe you were supposed to get married, but then something was closed down, or you're supposed to open a shop, but then something happened where it got taken away, or you were supposed to go to school, but now you don't really know if you want to go to school anymore, or you're supposed to start a project and you were definitely unsure of it. Something made you stop. You had to take an indefinite pause, and I don't think it was planned. I think either maybe you might have gotten sick, or somebody around you was sick, or somebody around you might have needed a little bit more care and a little bit more attention. Took time out to take a rest to help them. But with the Devil card, you definitely have to be careful because it really represents attachment. So I think maybe somebody is losing some type of attachment to someone, or somebody is losing detaching from an old mindset. Okay, we got the Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Empress, along with the Ten of Cups. This is actually really interesting. I definitely see a ceremony here, like you're getting ready to make a bond, but you're kind of nervous, ready to make a big commitment, or like your hands are already tied. Is the Eight of Swords, which talks all about feeling trapped, feeling tied down, feeling weighed down, kind of like... Alright, obviously somebody does not want you to get this message. Somebody's mad. You're about to have some type of ceremony. Maybe you're supposed to have a graduation, or maybe you're supposed to have a really big party. Maybe you're about to have a big opening for a business, building your network. You might just be trying to level up yourself so that you can kind of match somebody that has similar energy to you. See a spike in your social media, or maybe a spike in your interaction with your friends or family members. So you might have been isolated a little bit for a while. And what's coming next is definitely a big recognition. In the past, you might have gotten addicted to someone, or maybe somebody got addicted to you and that didn't work out. So maybe it was like a divorce in the past, or like a really bad breakup, and you probably felt like you were trapped, and like you were gonna keep repeating the same cycle. But then after that, you started doing a lot more self-care. And once you kind of reached that freedom, I felt a lot more comfortable in where you were, not only financially, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Starting to come into your own power. Because in the past, it might have been really dark for a long time. And maybe that's why you were feeling so trapped. Whatever celebration you're doing, you're going to be able to get creative. So don't be afraid to reach out to people. They might be giving you ideas that you might have not otherwise thought about. All right, so let's go ahead and get some advice. Strength card. Just know that when you do level up, and when you do take that next step, and when you do sign that dotted line, whether it's for a new business, or a partnership, or some type of legal agreement, regardless of you're leveling up in a company, or you're kind of leveling up your partnership, you have to remember that the more eyes that are on you, the more opinions. And I know that you don't always like other people's opinions, and a lot of the times you think you're right, and you probably are right, maybe not all the time, but just know that since are going to be more in the limelight, and things are going to get a lot more official, they're going to get a lot more real, that you have to have strength, and things may not be as easy as you thought it was going to be. More responsibilities that you have, and anytime you level up, you have to put that much armor on. You have to put that much time into whatever you're doing. So this is definitely a time to hold on. We keep going in your endeavors. This is definitely going to be a turnaround of energy, and this is going to be something that's going to bring a lot more freedom and happiness. Despite everything that's been going on with quarantine, you've been holding on really strong, and your friends and your family members might have been looking to you to basically be a rock or be a shoulder to cry on. And you may have to be the strong friend or the strong one. It gets a little hard being the strong friend. So I would say let yourself, let people pamper you a little bit. So if I'm looking at the spread as a whole, I feel like in the past things were definitely chaotic. I mean, you got the Justice card, the Tower card, the Devil card and the Four of Swords in reverse. And then on top of that, you got the Eight of Swords. So that lets me know that not only was the relationship toxic, it changed your way of thinking as a whole. When you started to take better care of yourself, you were able to attract better energy, and you've been able to attract better energy as of late. And now that you're in that energy, you are going to be celebrating a lot more than you have been in the past. With this celebration, it could be, I don't know, especially since you got the Empress card, and then you also got the Nine of Cups. Ooh, I mean, 9 of Cups, 9 months. So, and the Empress card talks all about that feminine energy, divine feminine energy. So you might be pregnant, or maybe trying to get pregnant, or maybe you're trying to get somebody pregnant, or maybe you're trying to definitely make a deeper connection with somebody. So regardless of if it's a marriage, a proposal, a pregnancy, at a graduation, maybe a lease agreement, or maybe you're moving into something, or maybe you're birthing a new business. You might be birthing a new business, and maybe it takes you 9 weeks or 9 months to fully really come into that and make the connections that you need to make. Regardless of what that celebration is, I definitely feel like it's going to bring you a mass of abundance. You are going to have to maybe give up a little bit of your power. You might have to be a little bit more understanding of other people who may not be on your level yet. So you're going to be able to express yourself in a way that you haven't before. So with that being said, I feel like people may see you as a little bossy, but in reality, you just not taking any more of the bullshit. So definitely be mindful of that energy. But the thing about having more power and success, okay, with this change, you're definitely going to have a lot more willpower. You're going to have a lot more strength. A lot of the times when we have responsibilities, we may not always be as prepared as what we thought for the, the change or the transition. I do feel like you're ready for the change though. So just make sure that you're not being too hard-headed, especially on things that aren't a big deal. You're going to have an increase in confidence. You're going to have an increase in power. And regardless of if it's like a pregnancy or a move-in or a lease, or maybe just a transition to another job or a higher position. And with this life-changing decisions, things are going to get a lot more hectic. You want to make sure that you ground yourself, so get yourself into nature. You've probably been getting into nature a lot anyway, but if you haven't, you definitely want to start going on more hikes, or maybe going on more trails, or just going to the park, anywhere that you can get outside, at least for like 30 minutes for every day, or at least 30 minutes a couple days a week. And you know what else with the Sun and the Strength card? I feel like you have to have a lot of patience. So you may either work with kids, or you may work with people who are kind of childish or have childlike energy, or maybe you may have people in your family or some of your friends, or maybe even your partner, maybe a little childish or have childlike tendencies. So I think that's also why you have to have a lot more of willpower and a little bit more patience, only because they may not be aware of the gratitude of everything. So just make sure that you're being patient with people, and you're taking time to explain things to people in a way that, doesn't belittle them. Yes, Virgo, I know you guys are usually right, but you gotta let other people have their opinions too. I definitely feel like in the month of July, you're just gonna have an extremely big connection to your feminine side. Regardless of if you're a man or a woman, you're going to be stepping into your divine energy. And when I say that, I mean that you're going to be able to be a lot more nurturing. You're going to be able to be a lot more motherly to other people. So people may be looking up to you, or people may be looking to you to, lead them, or give them advice, or nurture them, or take care of them. You definitely might be a caretaker. My advice to you, Virgo, is don't be afraid. Yeah, change is scary, but it's worth it, okay? Whatever change you're going through, or whatever transition you're going through, I feel like it's 100% going to be worth it. So whatever is going on in your life, Virgo, congratulations. There go the helicopters. I don't know if you can hear them. That's a sign. That's a sign right there. a confirmation right there. Whatever this transition you're going through, it is 100% going to be worth it. So congratulations, Virgo. Enjoy the rest of your day.